Hello my boys, good morning. This is the day 3 summary for my starter in Secrets of the Atlas. At the moment I'm level 94, close to level 95, and I have 1800 dexterity. This is more than enough to run safely tier 16 maps. 1800. Okay, I want to start first with the mercenary because a lot of people ask me for some mercenary tips. So for this build, especially on Leaguestart, when you're progressing white maps, yellow maps, red maps, try to get a mercenary with determination aura. Yeah, this is especially useful at the start and will help you with your defenses. So buy a mercenary when you find it in maps with determination, and also these kind of mercenaries tend to be tanky, so they won't die easy and they're also very useful. For example, this one here also gives me fortification stacks. It's just great, but this is the big one we want with determination. Keep in mind that these mercenaries have level, so later you want to replace it with one that is a higher level. Maybe you have a mercenary from the campaign, he will be low level, meaning that he will die pretty fast. So you want to keep track of your mercenary level and changing from time to time, you swap it. Now here it's a tip for budget items that you can use on a mercenary. Let's start with this one. So this is cheap. This is a cheap amulet, Shaper Touch. Basically you will get extra 4% of maximum life regenerated per second, which is quite good, and 80% increased mana regeneration rate. This is so good that you can do low regen. You can do low regen maps with this amulet if you keep it equipped. So another modifier that you don't need to pay attention for. Great amulet for budget. I'm talking for budget. Also, you will anoint with dazing strikes. This will make the mercenary blind the enemies. Yeah. This is take it as a tiny defensive boost if the mercenary blinds the enemy. And I need to show you that it's a cheap anoint also. So you have this beauty here. It's called Dazing Strikes, and it's Til Opalescent. These are cheap oils. You hold down Alt and it tells Til Opalescent. You anoint this thing on the amulet before giving it to the mercenary. So now the mercenary with blind will give us life regeneration, mana regeneration. Very cheap amulet here. Another cheap thing that you can use is this belt here for the last line. Nearby enemies are intimidated, and if you hold down Alt, you see they taking 10% increased attack damage. Siege Ballista does attack damage. You have the gem tags at the top, so you can use this amulet with this anoint and this belt for now. I will make the mercenary tiny better, but the important one is to be with determination and try to get one higher level. Okay, we got this out of the way. Now let's talk about the skill tree and remind you of some common mistakes that I've seen again. When you transition from Explosive Arrow to Siege Ballista, you want to drop this mastery with increases and reductions to projectile speed. Yeah, so make sure that you drop it. Good. Another thing that I've seen players don't pay attention on Explosive Arrow, we take this left side. Yeah, but when we transition to Siege Ballista, we take the right side here. Yeah. So make sure to pay attention here. Make sure to drop the bow mastery. Another thing that I've seen a mistake. People, when they transition, they don't unspec these nodes at the top. Yeah. So this will save you a lot of skill 3 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we allocate just 3. So this will be, saves you 4 skill points. Yeah. So you need to pay attention to the skill tree and unspec these points at the top. I've seen people that don't do that. Good. Now let's talk about my upgrades. Keep in mind you will advance on your own pace, but you should follow the progression from the POB because yeah, you need to put them in the order in which I unlocked them in the POB. Also in the day 2 summary I left multiple alternatives in order to get around 1500 dexterity without breaking the bank, you know, like without overpaying. Yeah. Even for the belt I explained, so here it's from the build guide with 80%, but if you buy it with a lower roll and you craft it yourself, you'll be surprised that you can buy it for 1 divine. Now, yesterday while I was streaming, I dropped this amulet and I sold it for 12 divines. That's why I did upgrades here. Another thing which is quite big if you will want later to take awakened cold damage. So this gives us more flat added cold damage. So buy an awakened cold damage to attacks, and in order to level it up fast, because this takes ages to level up, I will show you now in this video. Even for the rings, if it's possible, you will craft this adds cold damage to attacks for the prefixes, you know, if you have open. Here I bought a synthesized rings. I paid 1 divine for this. This is not with percentage dexterity. Those are more expensive. I know that in the guide I said avoid unsaid ring, but because this was 1 divine, I instantly got it. It also has critical strike multiplier. And I roll it, as I explained in the guide, with Deafening Sense of Sorrow. So I got the base, I used 3 Deafening Sense of Sorrow, and I got this. And I'll stick to it for now. Keep in mind that you will use 20 Intrinsic Catalyst to boost the dexterity. In Path of Exile 1, Intrinsic Catalyst works also for the belt. So it works for the rings, belt and amulet. Intrinsic Catalyst. Good. I need to remind you the importance of Garukan's flight. If you have the more dexterity you have, the more life Garukan's flight will give you. So now I have 4,500. Look what happens. Look how much life I get from these boots, simply because I have a lot of dexterity. Yeah, so this is a reminder. I want to talk a little about the timeless jewel because it's big. Yesterday I had a temporary one and I did an upgrade to it. So I bought one with flat dexterity here, and we have increased dexterity here and increased dexterity here. If you're new to Path of Exile, these timeless jewels are different depending on the seed number that they have. Now I'll show you something very sexy because more and more jewels will start appearing on the trade website. Problem is just for day 1, 2, and 3. So we go back to the timeless jewel calculator. You have the link on my profile on YouTube. We open it. So far I explained you that. So you select here Blue Stain. The Conqueror for our particular build here doesn't matter. You select the area where you want to place the timeless jewel here. Good. So I explained for Leaguestart scenario, we will scan the website and put the seed. But now because more and more jewels appear, you will start using the second method, which is the normal one. You put select stats here and you'll put what you're interested in. And dexterity, of course. So you want with increased dexterity, let's say minimum 3 nodes. You deselect everything here. This is for new players what I'm showing here. And you select the nodes that you're interested in. For example, this. We take this node. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Good. And now you click search. You'll see how easy it is. And what you will do here. Don't search the first at the top because it's Leaguestart. Most likely everyone scans for this at the top. We are smart. And because we are smart, we start from the middle. You know, so you're wasting your time because more days need to pass. And you click trade. This will open the trade website with this particular seed. So if I hover with the mouse, it gives me dexterity here. If you see where it gives here, you see dexterity here and the other effects here, you can read them. Now I'll open the trade website and here it's another thing that you need to do because we don't care about the keystone, you select everything here. So it takes into consideration all the keystone. Now, this is a perfect example. If you see something expensive like this, you don't buy it. You keep looking because you can find timeless jewel like this for 1 divine, 2 divines, or even lower. Some guys know the value on Leaguestart and they put it more expensive, but a lot of guys don't know and you can find cheap. Yeah, so if you see something expensive, don't buy it. You keep looking. This is the problem that some do. You keep looking. And eventually you'll find for 1, 2 divine. Again, look, with 3 dexterity nodes. You can check it here, what it gives. 1 second, I have a trade. No, I'll do it after this video. So here we give some crit, we have dexterity. Yeah, let's try another one, let's try this one. You can also check, so here will give me dexterity, you check in advance. Yeah, let's trade and see, you will see that you don't need to overpay. People, they get scared when they see something listed for 20 divines. No, you just keep looking. Because League just started, most of them are overpriced. But you will see that in a couple of days you will find them for 1 divine, 2 divines. There are multiple items. Don't pay this shit, you see. And I'll give you another trick that you can do. You can do it like this. Increase dexterity 2. And let's put here dexterity flat. Because there are 2 types of dexterity for the jewel. Flat dexterity and increased dexterity. Increased dexterity is better. But let's search it like this. Okay. I'll start from the bottom. You know that Drake song? You start from the bottom. Now you're here. Okay, you select everything here and you click search. That's how you will do it. It's still early league, that's why you don't see a lot of jewels, but in 1 week it changes, you will see jewels everywhere. Look, 1 divine orb, we buy it. Great upgrade. It's good for the video. So why overpay 10 divines 20 when you can buy it for 1 divine? Okay, I want to check something here. How much chaos is 1 divine today? So 163. If the guy doesn't answer, you can put this command and see if it's busy. He's busy. He's farming 5 ways, that's why he cannot contact me. Yeah, he's not in the hideout. So what I can do here, I can wait a little and whisper him again. Yeah, let's see what other things I do. I want to show you about how to level up Awakened Gems fast. Good. So here I bought this one, Awakened Elemental Damage with attacks. And you will go to Menagerie. And you will use the following beast. I think it's Wild Bramblejack, but I need to check 1 second. Let's put here Awakened. Yeah, Wild Bramblejack. You will buy from the trade website Wild Bramblejack and you right click it in the menagerie. And it says increase level of non-corrupt and awakened gem by 1. So this one gives me now 35 more elemental damage. If I do the recipe, make sure that you can do the fight. So you need to have items equipped when you do this because you need to kill these monsters, you know.
The ritual is complete.
And now will give me 36, one more. And this is a big multiplier. More, it's a big multiplier. It's not like increased elemental damage, more multiplier. This is a big damage boost. And you can level it like this very fast to level 5. At level 5, elemental damage with attacks will give your totems immunity to reflect. So they will not die anymore to reflect damage. Good. Okay, my boys, here I started crafting for the rare body armor. I will do it on stream, and I will also craft one from scratch again. It's very easy, so the recipe that I created, it's easy to follow. I will craft multiple ones today on stream. Hopefully I can make some bank, because today on stream I plan to do some currency related things. And the last reminder that I will give you here is that quality, especially on these two gems, it's big. Here will give you more attack speed. You will have, instead of 44, you have 54. And instead of 138, you have 148. So make sure on the gems from the merge setup here, try to put quality. This is the last thing. Now let's do a map showcase. The build shreds now tier 16 maps, and I still have upgrades to make. The biggest upgrade that I will do later is to craft the rare body armor, which will be busted as fuck. Because Siege Ballista at level 22 grants me one additional totem, so I'll have one extra totem. And also I'll change faster attacks with enhanced level 4, which will give me 230 attack speed for free. So instead of 54 increased attack speed, I will get 230. So I will shred everything without problems. Yeah. So this gem is 2120, but with the modifier from the body armor, it will get to level 22. At level 22, I get one extra totem. So instead of 16 totems, I will have 70 totems. And I explained, the more totems you have, the more damage you will do. Let's do a map showcase, my boys. Let's put something open space like dunes. Do this one. I'll do this thing. We do it. It's with ritual also. I like ritual on Leaguestart. I made a couple of divines with ritual because synthesized bases, you get quite a lot of them from ritual, fracture bases, and you can even find divine orbs. I found two so far. But you need to get used to price checking them properly, because if you're new to the game, you might struggle with price checking. So here for the ritual, you just move in circles like this. And let the totems do the work. Very easy. Yeah. I think that I will fully done the build in 2 days. In 2 days the build will be fully done. But keep in mind, you can see me live on Twitch, how I am progressing, how I'm getting my currency, because today I plan to get a lot of currency, so I'll do some strategies. You might want to drop by to check it. Yeah. After I done the build fully as presented in the guide, I will start farming 5 ways for timeless jewels. Because this build can do 5 ways, but it needs to be with the rare body armor, enhanced level 4 and 2000 dexterity. Delirium Mirror has synergy with Ritual actually, you get more progress. Oh, here it's a red beast. Red beasts are more tanky than the others, plus it's in tier 16 with Delirium. Okay, dead.
You are well prepared for the end. It's up, you go. Bah, another pig without a... Hurry up and just a few seconds more.
By the way, GGG did an announcement that the mercenaries were overtuned, they did too much damage, and they will apply a patch to make them easier today. So in red maps, they would one-shot people. Okay, let's see. This I want to take, this I want to check, this I want to check. Let's try a Valor. No. No, low rolls. And this one? Let's try Valor. No. No. Good. Let's check the rewards. No. No. I'm looking for expensive things only. This I will check because it's fully revealed on Leaguestart, maybe no. And all these uniques are shit. This I want to check because you don't know. No. Good. So now after I make this daily summary, I'll go live on Twitch and continue there. I will continue my progress. I'm interested of making currency now. I want to make real currency, so I will pump up my farming strategies. Good. So my boys, now I'll go live on Twitch. If you want to see how this build performs, or if you have questions, feel free to join. Good. Enjoy the rest of the day and good luck.